This is the Game 5 press conference featuring the UCLA Bruins. We're joined by head coach Kelly Inouye-Perez and student athletes Megan Fariamo and Delanie Wisz. Questions for our student athletes first, please.
Justin Martinez, the Oklahoman. Megan, bases loaded, 2 outs, 3-0 count. Just what's going through your mind there, and I guess what kind of helped you dial it back in there and get out of that jam?
Yeah, I just told myself to throw strikes because I felt like no matter what, whether she gets a hit or whether I get her, my team was going to have my back either way, and I just wanted to get us back in the dugout.
Back.
Delanie, Dean Roll from the Oklahoman. I know you had some new catcher's gear out there. Can you kind of tell me the story behind that and what's all new and how it felt?
Yeah, so the catcher's gear is a gift from Easton and Jen Schroeder. They met with my family and kind of just custom made some gear for me. On the front, it has a cross, and the line going down is an exact replica of my sister's scar, which is super cool and just incredible. And then on the inside, it has some things for my family and a little tribute to my brother who's in heaven. So that gear is super special to me, and I'm just so beyond blessed to have been able to receive something like that.
Clay.
Clay Horning, extra inning softball. Megan, when you hit your home run, we saw that it was just your second this season. We thought, well, that can't be right. So then we looked at how often you'd come to the plate this season. You had 60 at-bats coming in. What is the story of not hitting so much, apparently, through the season, but here you are now?
Yeah, I mean,
Well, give us your version, Megan.
man, hitting is so hard. Hitting is hard, but every time I go up to bat, I just try to have a quality at bat. So for me, that looks like I'm just really going to see the ball in and do whatever I can to get on base. I don't care what it looks like. I just want to be able to do that for my teammates.
And back.
Speaking to an LA Times, Megan, would you prefer the bases loaded strikeout or the solo home run?
Man, I don't know. I almost want to say bases loaded strikeout because I was kind of lit. Like going 3 strikes in a row, that was, I don't know, tough. And then I'm not going to lie, I didn't really see that ball when I hit it out. So I don't know. I feel like the strikeout's more satisfying.
This is for both of you guys. There's so many youth softball teams here, so many kids of all ages here who come out to support you guys. What does it mean for you guys to be on this stage and to have so many youth and here watching you this weekend?
We'll start with Delanie, please.
Yeah, I was one of those kids once, obviously not here. I never came as a kid, but watching on TV, I was the one looking up to all these girls playing on this stage. And to be here as one of those players is just a full circle moment. And yeah, I'm just so blessed to be here.
Megan.
Yeah, I feel the same as Delanie, specifically for the Polynesian community. I feel like growing up, I had some role models, but not a lot. So to be able to represent my culture on the biggest stage in the game is pretty cool, and I don't take that honor lightly.
Noah.
For Megan, clearly this is a team that had a strategy of trying to work you deep into counts. They did it, throughout the early innings, and that 3-0 situation that you talked about earlier was a similar idea of that, where they were trying to get deep, to foul pitches off. When you have 6-7 pitch battles and a lot of at bats, does that change your approach? Does it take more focus to hone in on pitches when you're throwing so many of them in individual at bats?
I don't know that I would say I try to focus more in that at bat. I just try to make sure I'm keeping the same spin on the ball, and that I'm doing everything I can to just throw my best pitch in that moment.
Delanie, what was it like working with Megan today and kind of seeing her in that zone and seeing that fire come out of her?
Yeah, I've said it before, when Megan's back is against the wall, that's when the fiercest competitor comes out. She's just a straight dog, and I'm just so happy to and blessed to be able to catch her. And I'm just excited to see her continue to grow throughout this whole tournament and the rest of her career.
Anything else for student athletes? Oh, yes, please.
Megan, yesterday, obviously not your best day. What did you do to kind of just refocus mentally and to be able to come back and have this performance?
Yeah, I mean, the best thing you could do after a game like that is learn from it and come back. I said this earlier, but you have 2 choices after failure, and that's to crumble or that's to come back. And as long as you decide to come back, that's all you can really do.
Billy?
Oh, sorry. Billy Witz with the New York Times. And this is for either of you. I know this is a pretty politically active school. I mean, it has a rich history of activism among athletes. Just with the recent decision to, it looks like Roe versus Wade is going to be overturned. I'm wondering if that's anything that's come up in conversations amongst you guys as teammates, and if, you know, if you expect it to in the future, and if you see it in the same light as mental health issues, Black Lives Matter, and some of the things that have been, you know, brought up, LGBTQ rights.
I'll say that our team does have the important conversations, and we also do a very good job of compartmentalizing. When we're on the field, we're playing ball, and I think that's a beautiful part about the sport. We're more than athletes. We're going to have those conversations, but we're also going to play out. Mm-hmm.
Anything? Oh, go ahead. Yeah.
Going back to the fan topic, we talked to, I don't know if you know Royce, but he was in the, you know, in the stands, had the blue hair. So, you know, seeing fans like so excited, but also seeing how far they travel, not only for UCLA, but, you know, every single team, how impactful is it, you know, to see all these people coming from around the world or the United States?
Yeah, Royce is a close family friend to my family. I call him my Uncle Royce, but he's not blood related at all. But yeah, just the fan base that we have here in Oklahoma is just, it's incredible to see, to look in the stands full of, you know, other colors, but to see the little square of blue is just, it's so incredible. And yeah, we're blessed to have them here.
Last one, student athletes here.
Nathan Ansel, Daily Northwestern. For either player, Northwestern was a team you obviously faced earlier in the year in February. Everything, as soon as yesterday's game ended, leading up to that first pitch, how was the approach different this time?
Megan, could you answer that, please?
Sure. I mean, you mean to Northwestern in general, or just coming to play?
Facing this team.
Well, we always want to compete our hardest. We definitely watched our old video and see what adjustments we can make. But again, our backs were against the wall, so we were going to find a way no matter what.
All right, Megan, Delanie, thank you very much. Congratulations. Questions for Coach, please?
Yeah, you guys can go.
Oh, I'm sorry. I apologize. You guys are excused.
Didn't excuse him from the table.
Go ahead, Clay.
Kelly, yes, the same question I asked Megan about her own batting, I'll ask you. And I come to this with so little knowledge, not having covered you. I wonder if, you know, she's a terrific hitter, but maybe you haven't, during the regular season, you don't want to put that much on her in the circle and in the batter's box. But so anyway, how is she in the batter's box now?
So before I get to your question, I just want to be able to say just a lot of credit to Northwestern. Just a really solid club. They compete. And for Williams to go out the way that she did, there was so much respect for her in the game. She's done this since her freshman year. And she continued. We can sit here and say, everyone in the country could say, just sit back and sit the change. Yeah, you get in the box and try to do that. You know, and so she's nasty. So I just want to be able to give my respect and be able to say she had an amazing career of being able to, or she just is a competitor. Very, very difficult. To get to Megan, I've been fortunate to be you know, to get to coach such great athletes. And Megan's focus this year was getting back to being pitching first. We've had a lot of adversity through this season. You know, different players have gone down. Aaliyah Jordan and Kinsley. I mean, I can go on and on about how there's been so much adversity. So, you know, we put Megan back into the offensive lineup, even though she didn't really do a whole lot of hitting in fall at all. She actually didn't hit in fall. So it was by nature that good talent's flexible. You figure out how you're gonna, you know, get everybody to figure out how they can contribute. And Megan got into the lineup when things started getting a little depleted in our bench, so we went to it. Pitching is her focus. She knows that's why she is definitely a two-way player. But we are in a position where that's why she didn't have a lot of ABs earlier, because I had other players and her focus was there. But she has come through in some key critical situations, and I'm not surprised because she is one of the most phenomenal. She's one of the strongest core measurement vertical. She is an elite athlete, and I love how honest she is. But she's clutch at the end of the day. So to answer your question, you know.
Is there a series where this is when she started to hit again? So I can go back
when injuries came into play, she kicked in, and that was, I mean, Aaliyah Jordan went down, so we had thoughts about it. Then Kinsley Washington went down, then Savvy Pola went down, then Alyssa Garcia. I mean, you want me to get literal? That's what happened. So we started inserting her, but I did not have her in the offensive lineup because pitching was her focus.
Over here.
Coach, you pointed to Delanie's home run yesterday as something you guys could use to try to get back on track, get some momentum going, and then today, RBI to get you
Huge.
guys going also. I mean,
She's just she's dangerous, and I think once again, there's so many great memories on this stage of just hitters that just thrive in big situations. And I've been fortunate to just have a reel in my head. And we just graduated 2 of the best with Rachel Garcia and Bubba Nichols. I mean, the highlight reels are just endless with them. Lainey's going down as one of those hitters that has the ability to come through in critical moments. She is a tough out. She even owned it, right when we got in that first and second, she kind of got too big, and that hasn't been her. But then you see her make an adjustment again and come back. That's just higher level hitting. She's mature. She's committed, and I love how the game is paying her back.
Sarah?
Sarah, extra inning softball. The Bruin bubble seemed a little quiet yesterday, but I think that they turned on the noise today. Would you say that was a big difference maker for y'all?
I think always. I'm gonna be honest. Our Bruin bubble is loyal. We did not give them a lot to be loud about yesterday, so it was a tough day for the Bruin bubble for all of us. But there was a commitment to no matter what. That's one thing. I shared this with the girls. We have a thing called Bruin Magic, and Bruin Magic is real here. And a big reason is because there's a belief. There's a belief that we can and we will. And so we talk to we're fortunate to get such a strong family support and fans, but also our alumni come back, and they bleed into the girls. The girls know that they're here, so they actually got them fired up. The alumni got them fired up just by being here, and then it was a strong commitment from everyone that there was only one thing to be today, and that's positive and loud. And yeah, so we felt them. We definitely felt them.
And back.
Coach, did you know Delanie was debuting the new equipment tonight, and how does it feel to have such a sentimental thing for her on such a big stage?
I love it. It's a great story, and a big part of it is, first of all, it's Easton, and we have a former alum, Julie Burney, who is our rep for Easton, and then Jen Schroeder, who is also obviously Bruin family, and I've commended her for just doing such a great job of just such a strong role model for females, for softball players, but mainly in that catching position. She is a rock star when it comes to that. So she has the attention to detail. It was her idea when she called and said, I want to do this for the catchers. And combined with Julie, with Easton and Jen, they created this opportunity to have such a personal touch. I mean, so anyways, they came to our hotel last night, I don't even know what night, maybe the night before. They came to our hotel and presented it, and we were all very emotional. So because there's meaning behind it. Jen customs things to make it fit better, but the personal touch just put everybody over the top. So awesome I love that you're covering it. It is a great story. And, Jen Schroeder, Julie Burney, Easton, but also the meaning behind what's written. There's personal stuff inside. There's things on her helmet. There's things on her shin guards. It is like, I'm a catcher. I'm so jealous. I think but it's very cool. It's something that means a lot.
Joey.
Joey Helmer, 24/7 Sports. Kelly, we saw Oklahoma do this the hard way last year and come all the way through the losers bracket. How much momentum can you get from your complete performance tonight?
Well, I can tell you, separate from anyone else, I've been there before. We've lost game 1, and we've had to come through the losers bracket to be able to get back to the championship game. We had to beat Cat Osterman twice, which could seem like an impossible feat. So we've done that before to be able to get back to the championship game. Clearly, the format has changed now. But I'm going to go back to just the word of belief. We got to play the game better. We didn't play great softball yesterday. We own it. So we got to show up and we got to play the game one pitch at a time. But we have a strong belief that we can. It's just more softball, and that's what a whole season does. The girls are fit, they're strong, they're prepared, and we're a little feisty right now. We got our back against the wall, so we're ready to play more ball.
All right, last one for Coach here.
Kelly, speaking to that format, what does having this extra day do for?
Yeah, it was really interesting. Right after the World Series last year, we actually brought a lot of coaches together to be able to talk to the format. And especially after, the 2 teams last year battled it out from the losers bracket, and then the weather, and then the late. So we all kind of came together because it's been difficult. And that was extreme what happened last year. So we all got on a call and we kind of threw out different ideas. And I credit the NFCA for coming together as an association to come together with ideas, get everyone's say, come together with what we believe is best, and credit the NCAA for taking care of our sport like they do with baseball to give them the opportunity to spread it out and let people recover. Because we realized that, in that championship, nobody was starting their starters. It was just last person standing, and you should be able to be at your best at the end. So I'm grateful today, right now that the format is that, because this is one of the worst roads to take in the past, is to, go Thursday, Friday, and then still have to go through that grind. So I'm grateful that we were able to have a voice and be able to do what's best, because people work too hard to get here to this point, to be able to have that type of a finish simply because you're exhausted.
Coach, thank you very much
Absolutely.
for your time.
Yep,
Congratulations.
thank you. Thank you.